The Jasmine mask. The first thing that hit me wasn't the door slamming shut behind her. It was the scent. Wheat. Floral. Faintly exotic. Jasmine. Elena's favorite perfume. It used to make my chest flutter. Now it just made my skin crawl. That scent clung to her like a lie. Beautiful, persuasive, and absolutely suffocating. "I'm home, babe," she called out. Her voice unnaturally chirpy for someone claiming to have just come off a 14-hour emergency shift at the city hospital. I turned from the kitchen, leaning casually against the counter as she bounced in, too energized, too untouched by exhaustion. Her eyes sparkled, lips glossed, hair a little too perfect. "My name is Daniel. Or more accurately, I was Daniel, husband, partner, believer in us for 6 long years. 6 years of goodnight kisses, shared playlists, slow Sunday mornings and quiet coffee rituals. Or so I thought. Turns out, love can be a house built of matchsticks. One wrong touch and everything goes up in flames. At first, the cracks were hairline. Easy to miss unless you look too close. Late-night whispers taken in the hallway. Her hand tightening protectively around her phone. More night shifts. More emergencies. She flinched, barely, when I reached for her hand. Twitch, a pause. But I noticed. I started paying attention. And Jasmine. Jasmine stopped being a perfume. Became a mask. Tonight was different, though. She didn't just smell like it. She reeked of someone else. Her smile was too broad. Her kiss landed on my cheek like a feather dropped from a rooftop. Insincere and misplaced. "Tough shift?" I asked, watching her hang her handbag on the usual hook. "Draining," she said too quickly. "You eat leftovers." She turned to walk toward the hallway and froze. There, scrawled across the living room wall in unmistakable strokes of crimson, was a single word. Liar. It was her lipstick. Rogue Passion, the one she bought in bulk. I didn't need to guess. I knew the shade, and I knew exactly how many tubes she kept. Her entire body stiffened. Her pupils shrank. That same cheerful tone vanished like a curtain being yanked off stage. She turned to me, mouth agape. What is this?" she whispered. I didn't respond. Instead, I stepped to the side table, picked up her purse and tipped it upside down. It spilled with the usual clutter: wallet, keys, tissues, eyeliner. And then there it was. Black flip phone. No apps. No fingerprint scanner. Just one of those cheap, burner types you could pick up at any gas station. I picked it up, entered the code, our anniversary date. The one she swore she'd never forget. Unlock. The message log was saturated. Pages of texts, some short, some uncomfortably long, mostly to one contact. She thought she was clever. Disposable phone. Hidden name. But secrets never stay buried when you build a marriage on sand. I held up the phone. "Explain this," I said quietly. Her face crumpled immediately, like a child caught stealing. Hands over her face. Wailing, fake tears, shaking shoulders. It's not what it looks like," she stammered. "Cut the act, Elena," I snapped. "You're not fooling anyone. Not anymore. I swear, Daniel, it was just a liar. Cheap. A fraud." I spat each word with surgical precision. "Want to add anything else to your resume before I keep going?" The next 10 minutes were a circus of denial. She begged. She spun excuses. She even blamed me. Claimed I wasn't emotionally present, that I didn't understand her needs. I thumbed through the phone. Photos. Late-night messages. Cologs. "Who's Jay?" I asked, as though I didn't already know. She hesitated. "Jeremy," she muttered. "Jeremy Weller." The name hit like a punch to my chest. But not because it was familiar. It was because it wasn't. Just another shadow. I grabbed my keys. "Where are you going?" she called out, panicked now. "To meet him," I said simply. I got into my car, dialed the most recent number on the burner. He picked up on the second ring. "Hello. Hi, Jeremy. This is Daniel, Elena's husband. She's home right now. Care to swing by? Thought we could talk. Face to face." Silence. Then a shaky "W. Blick. 10 minutes later, I saw headlights in the driveway. He stepped out, a man in his 40s, balding, with a gut he tried to hide under a tight button-up. A smug coward of a man. His confidence fading fast the moment he saw me waiting outside. He tried to speak, but I cut him off. "You knew she was married." She said. She said it was complicated. Yeah. It's simple now. Before he could blink, the front door swung open. Elena burst out, face red with tears, mascara running like ink on parchment. "Daniel, please, I can explain." I ignored her and turned to Jeremy. "Did she ever mention those long hospital shifts?" Yes. His face dropped. "Because let me show you something," I continued, pulling out my phone. On screen was a live camera feed of our living room, installed months ago when I started connecting the dots. I hit play. The footage didn't lie. Kisses. Laughter. Her sitting in that same room, wine in hand, legs draped across his lap. Jeremy turned pale. Elena backed away like I'd pulled a gun. "This isn't just betrayal," I said. "This is calculated." Repeated. "Disgusting." Jeremy tried to mumble a denial. I punched him. One hit. Enough to send him crumbling onto the lawn. Elena screamed. I stood over them both, him moaning, her sobbing. I went inside, gathered the phones, the footage, the logs, everything. Proof. Truth. Justice. There wasn't just one burner. There were 3, each linked to someone else. She had turned my life into her playground. Came back out cold and calm. "You," I pointed to Jeremy. "She's your problem now." "Elena," I said flatly. "Get out. Take the trash you love so much with you." She dropped to her knees, clutching at my jeans. "Please, Daniel. Please, just give me a chance." I stepped back. "I gave you 6 years. You threw them away." Jeremy helped her to her feet. They stumbled toward his car. 2 people stripped of lies, of dignity, of whatever fantasy they had built in the shadows. I watched them go. I didn't yell. I didn't chase. I didn't need to. The word liar glared from the wall behind me. I walked back into my house, and locked the door. Silence settled like dust. Heavy. Absolute. I turned on the TV. Some dumb sitcom laughed on my behalf. I grabbed a beer and sat alone on the couch. That word still screamed at me from the wall. Yet, smiled. Not out of happiness. Not even from relief. It was the satisfaction of knowing I ended it on my terms. She wanted to rewrite the story behind my back. But I was the one holding the pen.